In today's video, I'm going to show you how to add some vinyl to some canisters in your kitchen. We're going to layer some vinyl and use the hinge method to do it. Alright, so before we get actually making the project, I just wanted to show you quick how I made this in Design Space. And I will include a link below in the description. It'll take you right to the screen and so you can make this project too. I just want to show you quick how I made it because it's super simple. So for the text, all I did was click on text and then this little box pops up and then you can just type in any word that you want. So let's say we want sugar. And then we can change the font by going up here on the left, clicking on this drop down. And the font that I use is called DIN 1451. So DIN 1451. You can just click on that and then that will change the font. Then that's literally all that I did for the font. Then for the rectangle, I went to my canisters and measured to get an idea of how big I wanted to make them. So then when I had those measurements, I came here and clicked on shapes in this left-hand column, clicked on square. And then if you go up here to size, if you click the unlock button, you can either click it here or there is a lock or unlock button in the bottom left-hand corner. But we want to get it unlocked and then you can actually put in the specific dimensions. So mine was 4.5 wide and 1.6 inches tall. And so that makes the rectangle to the exact measurements that you want. And that's literally all there is to it. So for this project, the pattern vinyl that I'm using is this Cricut and Natalie Malan premium removable vinyl. It's the Juneberry sampler. It is so pretty. We have it available on our website if you want to get that. And then I have some just regular white vinyl from Cricut as well. So those are the two things. This will be the base and then the letters will go on top in white. Now we're going to apply the vinyl onto a light grip cutting mat. You can definitely use a standard grip mat with vinyl as well, but I prefer to use the light grip. So just apply it on and then use a scraper tool to help burnish. And then we'll follow the same steps for the pattern vinyl when it's time to cut those. Today I'm using a Cricut Explore Air 2. You can use any machine, but if you have an Air 2, you'll need to move the smart dial over to vinyl. I'm gonna get the fine point blade loaded up in here. This is the standard blade that comes with your machine. And then we'll get this loaded in. Make sure we apply even pressure across the entire roller. We'll load it. And then as soon as it flashes the C, we'll hit it and get cutting. So everything has finished cutting. I've already went ahead and removed the first two cuts from the mat, but I wanted to show you how I like to remove vinyl from a cutting mat. I like to flip it over and bend the mat back while I hold the vinyl straight. The next thing we're going to do is weed the vinyl, which just means to remove the excess vinyl from around the design and inside of the design if you need to. So I'm using a weeder tool to do this. You definitely need these in your craft room. And I like to start in one of the top corners and just slowly peel. This one's actually pretty simple to peel because it's just a rectangle. And then we'll peel this one as well. And now we'll do the letters. And before I peel, I'm actually going to trim this a little bit and separate the word. I'm going to follow the same steps as before. Just start in one corner and peel down. Just make sure that you go slow. The next thing we're going to do is apply all of the vinyl onto our jars. To do this, we're going to use transfer tape, and I'm just going to cut a little section of the transfer tape. Alright, then we're going to remove the paper backing from the transfer tape and apply it onto the vinyl. When I'm doing this, I like to start at one end and then use my fingers or the scraper tool to slowly push my way down. Just want to make sure that this gets applied evenly. Then I'm going to use the scraper tool to push down and then I'm going to push on the back as well. Now we're going to apply the transfer tape and the vinyl to the jar. To do this, I'm using a method called the hinge method, and I promise you it is worth learning, especially for curved surfaces. It makes applying vinyl a breeze. Once I learned it, I've never gone back. We've got our transfer tape, our vinyl, and the paper backing still on the vinyl. And what we're going to do is take a piece of washi tape or painter's tape. We're going to just rip a strip that's longer than the vinyl and apply it on top down the middle. All right, so now it looks like this. And now we're going to take our jar and we're going to figure out where we want to line it up. Obviously, the best thing to do here is to measure, but I'm just going to eyeball it. It's also important to know if you're using patterned vinyl, consider what way you want the pattern to go. So now I'm just trying to get my vinyl centered and level. If you have a level surface up here, I'm just kind of looking here to match this up with this line. Once you have decided where you would like it, push down on the washi tape so that it stays on the jar. All right, so now this is what it looks like. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work side to side. We're gonna start on this side and slowly peel back the transfer tape with the vinyl. Okay, so as you can see here, the vinyl isn't coming up on the transfer tape. So what I'm gonna do is push it back down, grab my scraper tool, and push again. So now I'm gonna try this again. And we're just going to peel back until the washi tape. So do you see how the paper is still here? I've just gone to the middle of the washi tape. Now take a pair of scissors and cut away the paper. And then what we're gonna do is slowly push the vinyl down. Be careful to not get any creases. I just did one on accident. Okay, so now we're going to follow the same method for the other side, but since this side has already stuck on it, we're actually going to remove the washi tape because we don't need it to hold it in place anymore. And what's going to happen is you can just remove the paper backing. It'll be already aligned up in place for us. And then again, just slowly apply it onto the jar. If you go too fast, you will definitely get air bubbles or kinks. Just go really slow. All right, then take that scraper tool, just burnish it one more time. I'm gonna just do the whole entire thing. And then we're gonna peel off the transfer tape. All right, there we have it. Isn't that an awesome method? Okay, so now we're going to apply the popcorn, and I'm gonna do the same exact method that I just did. Apply the transfer tape. And then I'm gonna just reuse that washi tape that I already cut. This is gonna be a little harder to see because we are applying on top of the other vinyl. But if you can kind of see here in the video, I can see through this paper backing where my other vinyl is. So I'm able to line that up. And we'll push down the washi tape. And then we'll do the same exact thing we did last time. Just work side to side. I did want to note, I could have trimmed some of this paper away and that would have helped me to be able to see better too. So definitely do that. So you can see it's definitely not lined up. I'm actually going to move it. All right, so I've got it where I will like it. Just going to push down and we'll remove the washi tape and remove the rest of the paper. All right, so we're all finished. Guys, I am super excited with how this turned out. It looks even better than I thought it would in my head. You can go back over with your fingers and just help to push it down, but you should be good to go. Had one little hiccup with having to move the popcorn. It definitely was lower than I wanted it, but it all worked out. All right, I'm gonna do the coffee one. I'm just gonna speed through it so this video is not 20 minutes long, but that is the hinge method. It is absolutely awesome. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comments below about that. So let's get the coffee going. If you remember last time when I was applying the popcorn one, I had a hard time seeing the patterned vinyl through this paper backing, and I mentioned you could just trim some of this, so I wanted to show you what I meant by that. Just cut the paper backing as close to the vinyl letters as you can, and then that will obviously help you to see the patterned vinyl better. Definitely should have done that last time, but we made it work. See how I can see it way better? So yeah, I definitely should have done this last time. Alright, so that's it. We're all finished. I hope that you enjoyed this project. Don't forget to go make it. I included the link in the description for Design Space, so definitely go check that out. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit subscribe for more Cricut videos. Thanks for watching.